Hey everyone, Travis here towards the end of day 3 of the summer split, week 1, joined by Curse Xpecial. Yeah.
Good one, good one.
I mean, it's just a statement.
Yeah, yeah, I saw your hesitation there, and I noted it, and I think we're good now.
Cop, before this interview, said that because you guys beat Dignitas, who could have gone 4-0, and you almost beat LMQ, who did, you guys are the best team. Do you agree with that statement?
Well, I mean, we did lose 3 times, so we're just the fourth best team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you're still the best team, but just the number 4 best team.
Well, yeah.
The first and foremost thing, the thing that I think everyone's been talking about, the biggest conversation topic with you joining this is that you didn't hug Wild Turtle. Why are you such a cruel and heartless bastard?
It wasn't really. I mean, so for me, it was just inviting someone for a hug versus just giving someone a hug. I don't know, it was different. I wasn't feeling giving someone a hug right there. Like, we just lost the game. It was really close, and we definitely could have won. And so I was like, I wasn't very happy. But I mean, Bjergsen afterwards gave me a hug, and I was, he was like, hey, good job or whatever. Like, it's a different feeling versus having to give someone else a hug.
Okay.
And it wasn't really anything personal. I don't think I would give many people a hug after a game. Like, I don't know how reasonable would it be to ask someone for a hug after you beat them. But no, there was no harm intended.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate any of the TSM guys, but definitely not willing to give a hug after such a grueling game.
Okay. Did you know that the camera was rolling at the time, or did you not find out until I'm sure you opened your phone? And I got to imagine you had like 500 tweets from people.
Yeah. I mean, about 5,000 actually.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was kind of surprised that it was. I mean, I could see why people would be upset at that, but at the same time, I don't think they really understood the situation I was in, and there were some people that understood it, and there were many that didn't. So it's like, whatever. It's okay. It's okay. I'll live.
Now that I've gotten all the drama out of the way that all the fans wanted me to talk about, let's talk about some real, actual League of Legends stuff. You guys went 1-3 this week, but the 3 losses, you guys seem to have a pretty decent showing in those. What was that like from your perspective? Because I know that you guys had essentially been kicking ass in scrims leading up to this. So, what do you think happened in those games? Was it just nerves? Was it just like not being able to translate that onto the stage?
I would say there was a lot of things. The big thing is just people play differently in LCS, in LAN. They play a lot more safe. They're not willing to take risk, and it affects both of us. Like, we don't want to take as much risk, and enemy teams don't take as much risk, and it's hard to make plays. I think that's one of the big things. And another thing is just we haven't been on the stage like as 5 guys like this, and things are a lot different. I think as the split progresses, we'll do a lot better. But right now, we're having a tough time. I mean, close games or not, it's still better to pull off wins.
You are now the 572nd support player that Cop has played with over the course of his career. What's it been like duo laning with him?
It's been fine. He's just a solid AD carry. I've already understood many of the reasons why some of the previous supports no longer play. And I mean, like, for example, for Bunny, they were probably going to play together for a really long time. Bunny's a really solid player, and from what I understand, he's a really solid guy. And it actually was a bit. I didn't really want to take his spot, but at the same time, I really wanted to play in the LCS again. I really wanted to show that I can bring a lot to a team, and I've done a bit so far, and I hope we can just improve that.
So kind of like a bittersweet thing, taking his spot, because obviously you get to duo lane with Cop, the AD carry all-star. No, is there anything that you are taking from TSM and bringing to Curse where you're like, hey, maybe we can do this as a bot lane, or maybe this is a different thing? Or do you think that it's more the other way where you're adapting more to his style of bot laning?
I think one good thing is just our mentality is just like we want to do the smart thing, and we decide on what's the smart thing to do. And one thing I like is that Cop does talk quite a bit There are times where I do want to talk more, just update me on cooldowns, etc. I think we're doing better. It's definitely still rough around the edges, but overall, I think our bot lane is pretty up there in terms of just compared to other bot lanes in NA.
Do you think that as your games got closer and then you won a game, that means that over the course of the weekend you've skilled up a lot, or have you guys just sort of like rocky path throughout the whole weekend?
I think we're getting better and better, but I think a part of it is just the way we drafted. I think Shyvana has a really, really, really high win rate this week, and that's something that we're going to be looking towards, and hopefully we can be preparing for next week. And honestly, we really wanted to do well, and our scrims were indicating that we were going to, but we haven't translated that to LCS wins, and that's really upsetting for us. So this next week is going to be really important just to see if it was a fluke or if we actually aren't that good. Yeah.
Speaking of Shyvana, CLG Cloud9 playing right now. CLG, it's about 12 minutes in, and it's already 1-4 for C9, who does have Shyvana. Shyvana having 2 of those is either a kill or an assist. Do you think that it's just like Shyvana's just ridiculous right now? I mean, this champion that doesn't seem like it'll ever go away. Is she like the new Aurelia?
I guess so. I mean, ironically, it really is in that game. I don't think Shyvana's exactly OP. It's just that her team fight is really strong, and I guess players can play her really well. I think that's one big thing. And we're definitely going to re-examine just what went wrong in our games, and hopefully we can improve from there. I don't think that, at this point, I don't think that we're necessarily a lot weaker than these teams, but there's something off, and we need to fix that going into next week.
So you guys are just a couple I don't know, knob rotations. I wanted to not use the word rotations because you can't say rotations in League of Legends anymore. But all right, tell me one thing about Curse that really surprised you when you came in. Maybe 2 if you feel like it. Maybe about the players. Like, did you not expect Voyboy to be such an aggressive personality and be so physically violent to people? Like, what was really throwing you off about Curse when you joined?
The first big thing is just how it's more of the players govern the rules and stuff, and it's enforced by the organization. Whereas on TSM it was more like the organization has the rules, but the players are expected to enforce them themselves. Okay. So it was just like the opposite, and it means that the players are okay with the rules because they kind of set them themselves, and it's kind of agreed upon by the players. I think that's pretty cool. And another thing is just how I would say motivated they are to just do stuff other than play League of Legends. Just go to the gym or go out to get food. It's just when we were on TSM, we just kind of sat around the house for at least 5 of the 7 days, and it was just a lot more just playing the game and not so much physical stuff.
Okay. So Curse is just more active.
You could say that. I mean, it's just probably, I would say, more personalities and just stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty lazy too, but if other people are going out, then I'll be like, hey, come along, sort of thing.
What does Saint Vicious do with you guys now? Does he do anything? I don't want to ask these guys because they don't know. They're all best friends with them or so, enemies. I don't know. They've got a history. Let's put it that way. But now you're coming in. You can tell me what's going on. They're all shaking their heads, so I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means specifically, but Saint's mainly there to just play on the academy team. That's the big. I don't really see him that. I mean, he doesn't really help us that often. I don't think he is. He's not really there for us. We have a different analyst and a different coach, and he kind of Mark. It's he's right there, and he's kind of the guy that just makes sure that we're just doing our just playing well, and then helping analyze our games, just going over mistakes and stuff like that. It's really nice to have someone who guides the conversation. Right. I mean, Mark knows a lot about the game, but not as much as us. Otherwise, he'd probably be playing pro too. No offense, but it's just he is there to just help us make sure that we can get the information across the team. Yeah.
Thrown under the bus, Mark. All right, you have any shout-outs, any plugs that you want to say?
One big thing is I want to shout out to all the fans. I know a lot of people don't like me don't like what I do, don't like the move, don't like me not hugging Turtle despite it probably not being that bad. And I understand that like you guys are really passionate about the game, and it's great. I'm a really passionate person myself. I work really, really hard, and when things go wrong, I do get upset, and that's just part of being passionate, being really competitive, and I understand that. So, I'm not angry ever at the fans. Just they sometimes might be really, really negative, really, really mean, but I understand it's all from passion, and I can relate to that. So to them, to the haters, to the fans, to whoever, thank you for just supporting League of Legends, supporting myself. Good things, bad things. It's great that you say them. I mean, sometimes you can be a bit nicer about it, but hey, I mean, can't have everything. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to Curse. Curse.
Yeah.
They gave me a huge opportunity, and hopefully I can really push the team to be on fourth so we can go to Worlds. I think that's a really big goal for us. Also, big shout out to our sponsors, Alienware and Cooler Master. They're just really awesome dudes, and they always try to help us out. We use the gear too. That's really awesome. And thank you to Marking and Travis for doing this interview. Normally I'd be like, Travis is here, but I don't really want to do an interview with Travis, but Marking's here, so it makes up for it.
Check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports at ongamers.com.